Gibbs Gaming.
Welcome back, YouTube, to Gibbs Gaming. This is Chris, and in this video, I'm going to be doing my 5 pros and cons of World of Warcraft. So let's get started. Pro number 1, fast leveling without bind-on account gear for quests and your professions is basically what I'm going to be talking about. What I mean by that is you can level, if say you're a tank or healer, extremely fast in this game without needing what they call bind on account or heirloom items. Just by doing your quests, and if you pick up both herbalism and mining, you get XP just by mining and picking plants. So that allows you in between your dungeons to gain quite a bit of extra XP in order to level quickly. Which is one thing I like about this game, is sometimes it can get a little too grindy if you're constantly just going quest, or just sitting there waiting for dungeons. So being able to go and actually pick a plant or mine an ore node kind of breaks away from that monotony for me anyway. Number 2, fast-paced, easy quests without too much effort. And what I mean by this is a lot of the quests that you pick up are literally just, hey, I need you to walk 15 feet over there and take down 3 guys, and then walk 15 feet back over here and talk to me again. And there are a lot of quests where you can pick up 4, 5, 6 quests at a time, and they're all in the same little spot, so you just do all the quests, turn them all in. And then you have things like dungeon quests, even though you only get to do them one time in that dungeon. Those quests are actually really cool because by the time you've ended the dungeon, you should have completed all of the quests. And most quest givers now run all the way back to the front of the back of the dungeon so that you can turn in the quests. Otherwise, you just teleport out, teleport back in, bam, get to turn them all in. Number 3, tons of unique dungeons. And when I mean tons of unique dungeons, that's not what I wanted to pull up. I believe it's this one. There we go. Dungeons. When I say there are a lot of dungeon guys, I mean this is just Battle for Azeroth, but you've got 4, 8, 10 dungeons there. Well, let's start off with Classic. I mean, look at all these. As soon as you hit level 15, you start getting access to all these dungeons. That's just Classic. Then you get into Burning Crusade. Boom, even more. Then we get over here to Wrath of the Lich King. You've got Cataclysm. And what's funny is Cataclysm brought back dead mines for this expansion that they did, along with Zul'Aman and Zul'Gurub, which were raids at one point. Mists of Pandaria, not so many. You've only got 9 dungeons, but still, some of these can be quite long if you don't know what you're doing, so it's kind of hard for new players. Only 8 dungeons when you get into Draenor. Legion, you get back up to, what is it, 15, I think, 4, 8, 12, 13 dungeons. There we go. And then Battle for Azeroth is back up to 10. So, tons of dungeons for you to be able to do. And so if you random queue, not only do you get the experience for doing the dungeon, but you get a bonus set of experience, plus you get a piece of gear that is equivalent to that specific dungeon, or that specific era of dungeons, I should say. Number 4. There's a thing now in World of Warcraft that's kind of their version of Pokemon, if you will. Hopefully nobody gets mad at me for saying that, but it kind of really is. It's called pet battles. And it's a good way to, A, gain experience, and B, to also break away from the monotony of dungeon crawls and quest crawls. So I kind of couple all that together with how fast I can level, because what I do is, I'll throw, let's say I'm in a level 1 zone, I'll put a level 1 pet on, or a couple level 1 pets, and I'll go pick up herbalism and mining, and I'll start doing quests, and when I run into a battle pet, I'll fight it. When I run into a mine, I'll mine it. If I run into a plant, I pick it. And I just blitz through levels very quickly. I mean, I think it takes me less than an hour. It's closer to like 40 minutes to hit level 15 and start being able to do dungeons. So it's very quick. And that's that's without buying on account gear. I can do it in 30 minutes or less, depending on what race and spec I am. I can do it in less than 30 minutes now. And the last one is number 5, faction-specific auction houses. And what this means is if you're on the Horde, you have an auction house for the Horde. If you're on Alliance, you have auction house for the Alliance. And they do have neutral ones, but not many people use them other than transferring items from Horde to Alliance on their own characters. Or transferring gold, depending on what they're doing. Now, that also being said, it's only for that server. So, like, I'm on Thunderhorn right now. So, if I went to the auction house, everything I see is only on Thunderhorn. It doesn't actually list everything on all the different servers. So, there is that. And that's my 5 pros for why I like playing World of Warcraft. And I still, yes, pay for this game because it is a pay-to-play game, which is not on my cons list, but it is kind of one of the downers for it, is the fact that it is pay-to-play. However, speaking of cons, let's get on that list. Number 1, cookie cutter specs. And what I mean by that is if you look at our spec tree here, go into talents, you might look at it and go, oh, look, I have all these points I can put in every, 15 levels or so, and I'll get, a new spell or a new passive or whatever. But here's the thing with that. If I want to do any raids or be decent at all with dungeons, I have to build my character a very specific way. And there's not really any wiggle room like there used to be in, what was it? The Northrend expansion pack. The Ice Crown expansion. Anyway, Northrend expansion. I can't think of the names of everything right now. But in that expansion, you had, and previous expansions, you had so much freedom on how you were going to build your character that you could almost quite literally play however you wanted. If you wanted to be a paladin tank / healer, you could do it. If you wanted to be a paladin tank / DPS, you could do it. You could really just build your character however the heck you wanted. And as long as you knew the numbers, you could do really well with whatever spec you wanted. So for me, having that cookie cutter aspect is just not great. I don't like it. Number 2, dungeons are too long and cannot repeat the quests. There are a lot of dungeons, Nomuragen being the most notorious one, for just taking too long. I mean, you might spend 30 minutes just to get to the last boss for 1 level's worth of XP, when in that 30-minute block, I could have done 10 quests and gotten 2 levels. So for me, there are some dungeons that as soon as I see their screen pop up while I'm dungeon queuing, I just, as soon as I can, I back out. And take the 30-minute res and just go questing and picking plants and mining and doing pet battles, because by the time my res sickness is down, I've gained 1.5 levels, 2 levels, whereas in that dungeon, I might have only gained 1 level. So that's one reason why I think, just because we have a lot of dungeons, some dungeons are still too long for the lower amount of XP that you get in it. Number 3, can become too grindy of an experience. That's the downside to a lot of MMOs, but the problem with World of Warcraft is a lot of the quests are simple repeats of previous quests we've already done, just with a different mob that we're destroying or a different enemy that we're having to destroy. A good example of that is in the Silverpine Forest. One quest will go, hey, we need you to go beat up 15 Worgens over here. Okay, I did that. And you come back and they're like, okay, now that you've beat up 15 Worgens, we need you to go beat up 15 Druids over on the other side of the map. And so, that in itself can just get too kind of grindy, where it's like, okay, let me go run way over here and beat up 10 more guys. Let me go run way over here and beat up 10 more guys. And for me, that's why I break it up with being able to mine, pick plants, do pet battles, because then I'm taking a little bit of a break from the grindy part with something that's not so grindy, in my opinion. Yeah, if you're trying to level a profession by itself, it's a total bore fest. But if you're leveling that profession, if you're leveling those pets as you level, it's not so bad. Number 4, might level faster than the zone you're in if you're a tank or a healer. If you're a tank or a healer, your Qs or your way of getting into instances are faster than DPS. So you might be in a level 15 zone and it might be good for level 15 to 30 or 15 to 25. But you start doing dungeons and you just insta-Q, then you're going to be level 30 or 35, still in that level 15 to 25, 15 to 30 zone, and doing those quests would be meaningless because they're going to give you such a minuscule amount of XP at this point that doing them is just a waste of time, unless you're doing it for lore or a specific achievement. So in that regard, being a tank or healer, yes, you can level faster than a DPS, but during your downtime, you're going to have to waste time running to new zones or, you know, paying bukus of gold to take you to different places, or if you've got friends in guilds or whatever that can teleport you, or they have a flying mount or whatever that can go where you need to go. That's always easier, but you just gotta be careful because sometimes you'll out-level your zone if you're a healer or a tank. And number 5, it's hard for new players to make money by using the AH. AH is the auction house, and that is, oh, I forgot about my add-on doing this. That is to say that if you're a brand new player to this game and you knew nothing about it, what occurs is that you would then, you know, say mining, for example. You might be able to make 100 gold here, 200 gold here. If you have no add-ons to know how much something costs, then yeah, you're not going to make a lot of money in this game. And sadly, at in-game, money is what it's about. The more money you have, the better the gear and items you can get, so that you can do those in-game raids and mythic dungeons and things. So for me, trying to give you cons, I want it to be for everybody. So for new players, the AH is just a nightmare to do unless you've played a game that has that kind of a feature. It's very confusing for new players. So anyway, guys, that is my pros and cons for World of Warcraft. Yes, I still play it. Yes, I love this game, especially my little panda who's doing a dance on the screen for you guys right now. And then that's in fact one of the add-ons that I use is called Binnick UI, so it's really cool. If you don't have it, you should go download it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you stopping by. Please leave me a comment down below what pros and what cons you have for World of Warcraft. If I missed some that you think I should have had on my list, leave those in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you get notified. Well, subscribe so that I know that you like the content, and make sure you hit the bell notification so that you guys get notified of every time I update or release new videos. Other than that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will leave a link on the left-hand side of a video that YouTube suggests for you because they are psychic and they know what you want to see. And on the right-hand side of your screen, it's going to be a playlist for my World of Warcraft videos. And then right in the middle will be that subscribe button, and just in case you need to find it a little bit faster. Other than that, guys, I'm out of here. This is Chris at Gibbs Gaming, and as always, as one, we will rise stronger and wiser. Peace out, guys. Bye.